Alright, guys, welcome to another unscheduled stream. Just mid of Sunday, quite unusual time for me to stream, but as I have some time to spare, this is what we're gonna do for the next, well, maybe 2 hours. So, you see me doing the game of Caribbean Legends. We are an adventurer. Went to the West Indies, to the Caribbean, to seek his fortune. And this is our proud little ship, a barkentine. See, one square rigged mast, two fore and aft rigged masts. It's, what is it? I don't know, 5 cannons on each side or something like that. And 2 boat chasers, 2 stern chasers. Beautiful little ship, not particularly fast, not particularly anything, but good start as a trader. And that's what I'm doing at the moment. I am playing the game not right away as a pirate, because my fighting skills with the sword as well as with the great guns of the ship, they are still just too bad, and I would not risk to actively go into fighting missions. Up to now we already earned quite a bit of money just by trading, and just on our last stream yesterday we found a treasure, a hidden treasure here in Port Royal on Jamaica. And yeah, so we are pretty nicely off with 23,000 bucks. That's pretty alright. It's November 19 in the year of 1654. And yeah, the game is pretty nicely detailed, so those guys really know what they're doing. They have quite some idea of how historic sailing of that era was working. One of the best examples is if you here look at our ship and the sails. So we have this wonderful graphics depending on the rig type. And as we have a mixed rig with square rigged and fore and aft rigged, well, we can go hauled and close hauled, but we will be rather slow on that course. And our best point of sailing, you can see in this graphics, would be broad reach, having the wind from, abaft or side abaft, something like that. And this is pretty nicely detailed, and for combat that's fascinating. So each ship has its own, or each ship type has its own characteristic way, well, best and worst point of sailing, which you can see beautifully represented in this graphics. Nope, I didn't have lunch yet. Nico, hi, nice to have you in. I hope you had a good morning up to now. Yeah, I had a pretty late breakfast, so probably the lunch will be skipped today. What about you? By the way, what we see here is that our hull and our sails are pretty damaged. Still, from an engagement that we had, we were attacked by a Spanish lugger. Probably a privateer, Spanish privateer, because we are French, flying French colors, and the French are at war with the Spanish. That's the point. So repairing the ship is pretty expensive, and my carpentry skills are pretty basic still, so it takes ages to repair damages underway. But as at the moment I'm really trying to avoid combat, I'm perfectly fine and would not invest money into repairing my ship for now. And you also see that I am out of ammo for round shot, almost out of ammo for grape shot and for chain shot just as well. Same for gunpowder, so I should buy some stuff sooner or later. And yeah, in terms of food and rum and medicine, we are fine. Yeah, we have done a lot of sailing in the last, say, weeks, so that our crew is pretty experienced and the morale is quite okay, because I do pay their wages and we earn a bit of money by trading. So now that I have more than 20,000 pesos, I could invest that money into trading. Up to now I did a few trading runs, but because I had a very limited budget I could only fill my hold to something like 10 or 20%. I still made a bit of money, but it was, well, could have been better. Good thing is the less cargo you have in your hold, the faster you can sail, or other way around. When you're sailing with a full cargo hold, you will be somewhat slower and maybe easier to be caught by pirates. And this we already had in the past, that there were pirates going after us. So here we are on Jamaica, Port Royal. It's British, and we can take a look at the nations. So France at the moment is only at war with the Spanish. So we can't enter Spanish ports, but we can enter any other port. Now here, what about the Indians? They dislike us. The smugglers are neutral with us, and the pirates, yeah, constitute a constant threat. Our character, I was just talking about repair. Here we have the repair skill level 5, which is pretty low, and here we are only 12% through leveling up to the next level here. So in trading we are better, and yeah, we earned already a lot of skill in navigation, yeah, because this is what we did a lot, sailing between the islands. So we earned a bit of money with trade, and we earned a bit of money with passengers, bringing them from A to B. At the moment there are no passengers, and we already were able to level up once in personal perks. And okay, no, I didn't. Did I really actively choose that perk? No, I don't think so. Well, at least this gives us a bit better handling of medium weapons. But still, our fencing skill is not very good. Our stealth skill is relatively good. At the moment, let's check. We are fighting with a machete. Which gives us additional stealth skill. If we would fight with the saber, I think we would not have that. Stealth bonus, although the short saber is better than the machete, so I think I'm gonna change it. Let's see if we can. For some reason I can't remove that. Let's equip the short saber like that, and now we can see probably, yeah, we still have stealth bonus with the short saber, and the trombone, this little kind of grape shotgun, also gives us additional stealth. So sooner or later I have to find out what to do with the ammo. So what kind of ammo do we need? Headshot damage, gunfire damage, single shot. A boarding grape shotgun. Here, grape shot. So I somehow have to. Could I load it? In the past, I remember that I should kind of prepare rounds. Yeah, what happens if I load my gun? So, quantity 15. Obviously the loaded gun. Maybe the gun was already loaded. I don't know. So here we are, have 14 advance points of 45. So we are still a bit away from leveling up. And at the moment we are rated as an unknown honest captain with excellent vitality. So I'm a bit surprised that I have that Dragoon medium weapons damage increased by 10%. Well, okay, that comes in handy. And what about my naval perks? Yeah, I did the purser thing. And I have an unspent point. So that's now a tricky decision. In my naval advance. So you always have these personal perks and the naval perks, and you advance separately in these. And we have one unspent perk point in naval perks. Let's give it a save, because they are just in case that I do some decision that I later regret. So that's the purser skill, and I think I would level up the carpenter skill now as next. That seems to be pretty important and saving a lot of all damage dealt to the ship is reduced by 10%. Well, and let's see if it does change anything here. 12%, 5 in repair skill. Yeah, okay, select the carpenter skill. Okay, it doesn't make any difference here. So this seems to be that this is only during combat. Damage dealt to the ship is reduced, and maybe in a storm. But the next perks here. Hull and sails are slowly being repaired while traveling. Yeah, these skills, they are the ones that I should acquire next. So by the way, the trade book. I am here in Port Royal, Let's check with the trader to make sure that we have the latest update. Ah, now here we see, bottom left, that it takes a little while to load the gun. And there is this blue level rising. And when it is full, we have a loaded gun. And then the amount of ammo would probably be reduced to 14. Would it? Wouldn't make a difference. So I'm not quite sure if this works properly, because maybe I'm missing gunpowder. I do have gunpowder there. Ah, by the way, let me see, what can we do in terms of recipes? How do we craft? How do we craft? It's K for crafting. Weird, okay, but okay, but this is pulp paper cartridges for ordinary lead ball guns and not for the grape shot guns. So let's craft one of these. 1, 2, 3. I should be able to craft 3 of them. That's the limit because I only have 3 papers. Okay. Ah, how does it work? 1, 2, 3. Let's try it with 1 first. If it would actually work. Ah, okay. So I should be able to craft 3 paper cartridges. Alright. First crafting. And there we have 3 paper cartridges. But these paper cartridges don't work with our recent gun, because this trombone is kind of a grape shot gun. And I'm not sure whether it's loaded now or not. Maybe let's save and try it out. Although I think it's not recommendable to fire a gun here. Okay. Not good. Yeah, you can't really aim that one. marksman mold. First, hold the gun. And how to fire. Ah, okay. And combo control. Don't know what that means. How do I parry? Ah. That's defend. Okay, all right. A little bit of fencing training. This one
I order
is...
you to sheathe your weapon at once.
Okay. All right, so this is why I did save the game. I don't want to get into trouble with these guys. So load back. Yeah, that was a little bit of trying. How fighting works. And now let's check if we can get some good stuff to load.
My store is at your service.
Show me what you have. Okay, and now this should update my logbook about the trade book. So we are in Port Royal, and let's see what can we buy here. The green ones are the ones which buy good here, and the blue ones are the ones who sell good here. What about ale? If I buy ale for 139, no, wrong port. Yeah, here I am in Port Royal. Rum for 128. Okay, here I would only get 113, so that would be a loss business. Everywhere. No, doesn't make sense to buy rum. What about wine? 378. No, it's all cheaper. Would not earn any good money if I sell the wine. There. Next could be medicine if I buy it for 190 here. No good business as well, so everywhere I get less than 190. So let's see, what else can we purchase here? Cloths for 21. Nope. Planks for 60. Nope. And food for 101. No, there is really no goods here. So it looks like this is quite a luxury town. Everything's pretty expensive here. So the other way around it works to get goods from other ports to here and earn money, but this way obviously not. So I don't quite like the idea that we are gonna have to leave this place without a decent load. Would be nice if I found some guy who needs transportation, but doesn't quite look like that at the moment. Nobody wants to get away from Port Royal. Seems to be a nice place. So, what if I would get a bit, a few cannonballs and gunpowder? What would be the price if I don't feel pretty safe without a decent amount of gunshot
My
rounds?
store is at your service.
No. Round shots. Okay, the guy doesn't have any round shots on store. Grape shot. What would it be? Probably this stuff is pretty expensive here. That's pretty cheap. And we also get chain shot here. And what about gunpowder? Where is the gunpowder? There is the gunpowder. Selling price? Why is there no selling price given? Is it contraband? What would it be? So it's red, marked red, and
I've got the best products around.
he doesn't give me a selling price. That's weird. But I can actually what happens if I buy it? So now I have sufficient grape shot for 10 salvos and sufficient chain shot for 11 salvos and gunpowder for 13 salvos and sufficient weapons on board for boarding action, but no round shots. They don't sell them here. Come on. Then. Okay, it's a pity, but it looks like we have to be on our way without any cargo. Yeah, well, let's check with the harbor master. Maybe he has a job for us. Not quite sure where the harbor master office was. I think it's not there. This is just the lawyer, where I don't know what you need a lawyer for. Bank, store, tavern. That's the brothel. Shipyard. This is where I could repair my ship, but that would cost me a hell lot of money. Here. That's the harbor master, right?
I'm all ears.
Hello? Do you have any jobs I could take, or perhaps a contract? I could offer to charter my vessel. I would like to earn extra money by delivering mail. Okay, no, he has no job for me. And I think I could save checking the
I'm
other types
all
of jobs.
ears.
Yep. Hey, Sitting Duck. Long time no see. Nice to have you in. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine. So, you see me streaming at a pretty unusual time for me, but yeah, I have a bit of time to spare, and so I do something different to U-Boat. And since I was young, I'm a big fan of the Age of Sail, the fascination of anything naval. Okay, so you have a lot of things to do at your job. For me, it's a bit the other way around. I was pretty busy for the last 3 months at work, and just like something the last week, 2 weeks, everything becomes a little bit more relaxed. It's a classic, I would say, yeah. And they did, a little bit of development on the game, some big updates, and so it's running much smoother now. The graphics, it's still relatively basic, but the atmosphere of the game is great. And like, for example, just what gives an impression that these guys are real kind of aficionados is this graphics here, where each ship obviously has this graphics to represent its sailing performance. And this graphics is definitely relatively new. I also haven't played the game for a while, and this shows that they really know what they're talking about. So having that barkentine with a square-rigged mast, fore and aft-rigged masts, which gives you still the best point of sailing on broad reach. And yeah, this is great. Each type of ship has its individual best point of sailing, worst point of sailing, and anything in between. And that gives much of a deep dive into strategy while you do naval combat. Yeah, Recoil. Welcome, by the way. It's pretty old school, and I would say it's pretty much inspired by Sid Meier's Pirates. I have been playing the hell out of that. Yes, same for me. Sid Meier's Pirates. I've spent I don't know how many hours. And This one is pretty close to it, and I would even say it's maybe even better, because it really keeps a lot of these mechanics. Well, maybe it's blasphemy to say that the back game is better than Sid Meier's Pirates, one of the first open world games ever. But this one is great as well. Basic graphics still, but yeah, the mechanics of the game. So my problem is that I just earned quite a bit of money because I found a hidden treasure here in this town. Pretty glad. So I'm still at the beginning of my adventures, but with 22,000 pesos I'm not too bad off. Problem is that me as a French, a few days ago I was attacked by a Spanish lugger and I could sink him, but yeah, that really gave some damage to my ship, and at the moment I am terribly slow in repairing hull and sails, and I just don't want to spend all the money to let it be repaired in the harbor. Yeah, Sitting Duck, I 100% agree. So I hate it, but it looks like I have to leave this port now without cargo. But I could do some planning where to go and trade next. So if I want to go back to Port Royal offers good prices, obviously. For coffee, coca, tobacco. So what if I buy tobacco somewhere? I could sell it here for 176. So where can I buy tobacco? Wow, when I go to St. John's, I could buy tobacco for 123 and sell it here for, yeah, that's a good deal. So let's go for St. John's and get some tobacco there. Here, Antigua. So we have to go a little bit more northerly than east, past Guadeloupe in the north, and then we go for St. John's. Trip of just a few days. It is. The developers are still working on this game. Yeah, Sitting Duck, I don't quite know, that there was some confusion for me as well. With this other game, Caribbean Legend Age of Pirates. I don't know what that is. If it's another game. But this one, the category actually is just Caribbean Legend. And, well, if you summon it, it's this, it has the cover with these two pirate girls. It's just Caribbean Legend without Age of Pirates. And if you search for it in the Twitch channels, you will find it, and it just has something like 250 followers, which is pretty weird. And one of them, it's me. And I would recommend anybody to follow that game. And of course, you're also warmly invited to follow me. Yeah. Well, sitting duck, you are already, I know. So let's go for Antigua. Hey ho, let's go to sea. Here we are, setting sails. Yes, so you see, our rigging is not in the best condition, our hull as well. But it's fine, let's just hope. Yeah, problem is the rigging. Yeah, we are slower then. Let's see if we can actually see that somewhere. What about our speed? Maximum speed? Actual speed? Sail wear. Yep. Our rigging is not in the best condition, but it was much worse. So there has been much working on the rigging by the crew in the last days. So it's improving. But yeah, our speed is still affected by the damages of our rigging. Now we can go for the map. What surprises me a bit is that there is no sound on the world map. So these Spaniards are going after me. Let's hope that we can. At the moment, yeah, the wind shifts a bit. Oh, not good. So now we are at beam reach. The wind exactly from starboard. Who is this? That's a Dutch, English. So with these guys I feel comfortable. English and Dutch are at war. Okay. That should be Guadeloupe. Problem is, I just don't understand. On the world map, I don't get the meaning of all these bars that you have in the top right. There is this circle, and at the bottom, this information. I just don't quite get that. Ah, okay, I went too far north. Oh, shit. That's not good. Maybe I should reduce sail. Now we are in the middle of a storm. We gain a lot of experience, but also our ship will probably be badly damaged. Can we go somewhere? Just don't know what we can do. Oh shit. Not good. Not good. Yes, yeah, you can adjust the simulation speed. You can reduce it. Oh shit, the ship is burning. No idea what we can do about that. And that was it, so... I have to take better care not getting into a storm. And what helps there actually is to reduce the speed on the world map, yeah. Yeah, let's avoid these guys again. So the game is kind of persistent with that respect. Now, Wind from above. That's fine. Now the wind turns. Let's say that we don't get close hold. Just beam reach gives us a good here. Now reducing to 0.5 simulation speed, and you can also make it faster. Spaniard, small ship. My fear is that this guy might be a... no, he's not going after us, but there is a pirate ship, which maybe is on our tail right now. Yeah, okay. Maybe let's give it a save. New save. We are close to Guadeloupe. And now let's keep... Oh shit, a Spaniard. Now we are more close hauled. But obviously our sailing at close hold course is better than theirs. Yeah, that should looks like a fully square-rigged ship. And there we are, about to enter St. John's. So 2 British ships. No enemies around, that's good. And about the condition of the hull, yeah, it's being constantly repaired, but at a very, very slow rate. So, let's moor. Here we are, time of
It's our responsibility to be on guard.
Very good. So do your plight. It's 9 in the evening. Probably too late to do business. What about you guys?
Pirates are wreaking havoc. Products are getting more and more expensive, and it's only going to get worse. You can trust me on that one.
People like me are what hold this town together. Remember that.
Okay, Mr. Durrell. What do you want? I need to get to the colony of San Juan in Puerto Rico. Nope, that's a Spanish port and they won't let me in. So what about that other guy? Where do you
People
want to
like
go?
me are what hold this town together. Remember
Santiago
that.
on Cuba. Nope. Can't do that. And what about
I'm
you,
happy
guy?
with everything here. How about you?
Cumana. Oh, it's all Spanish ports. No point. I can't enter Spanish ports. What about you, guy? What are you up to?
There are almost no true noble left anymore.
He wants to offer me a deal, okay. Sorry. Okay, I can't talk to the guy anymore.
We got into such a terrible storm the other day.
I don't know what business was. So, any other stuff around here? So let's keep in mind that's the store, but probably it's closed down at that time. Which means we would need to get a bed in the tavern and wait until the next morning. There is the tavern.
You definitely got luck on your side, sir.
What are you talking about? About a drink. Have a drink with me. Oh,
We're always happy to serve our customers, especially the ones who aren't stingy with the tips.
Yeah, I could hire a crew here. I think you can get drunk. Yep. I think you can get drunk. Yep. And here I could hire additional sailors, and yeah, at the moment our complement is half away from maximum number of sailors for that ship. But I don't want to hire more sailors because it would tremendously increase my expenses. So at the moment, not doing piracy and fighting. A small complement of sailors is fine.
Налей-ка еще и далеко не уходи.
So, let's get a room until the next morning. Experience gained. So there we gained experience in repair, because the crew was doing repair overnight, even though I was not on board. So what we can see now is, for our character here, repair went up from 12% to 19%, so very slowly we are gaining repair experience, and when it's 100% it will flip from level 5 to level 6, and hopefully then it would be faster. By the way, let's see if we could steal some stuff in the hotel room, like towels, or, well, a gold crucifix. All right. Let's see if there is any new guys around. New day. There might be new jobs being offered.
Hurry, hurry! Only today you can get 2 products for the price of 1.
Yeah, maybe I would like to sell some of my stuff. The gold crucifix. And the gem. No. Quantity 2, so let's sell one of them. Large pearl, small pearl. I don't know if it's worthwhile to keep them. Jewel can be sold or used in alchemy. Yeah, okay, so all the stuff that could be an ingredient I should maybe keep. Yeah, I'm not in desperate need of money at the moment. So let's get for the store. So check
I've
his
got the
shop
best products around.
to get the update. Oh, well, one thing I would like to buy anyway, and that's round shot. Do you have round shot? Yes. so I have a very limited number of broadsides with that, but well, okay. So now let's check our logbook, and we are at St. John's. And I was thinking about buying tobacco here, would be 123. And now let's see where we could sell the tobacco for a good price. 176, so Support Royale would give us a good price. Capsterville would give us a slightly better price, and it's pretty close, so that would be most comfortable to just sail over to Capsterville and sell the stuff there. And Wilhelmstad. So Capsterville, that's where we are gonna go. So let's buy tobacco here. Let's give it a save.
My store is at your service.
So, good price. Let's get the tobacco. So we are still far away from maximum cargo. Come on, let's go for 200 centners, 100, whatever that is, 100 units of tobacco. It will cost us 12,300. And we still have a bit of spare money left. Something you always have to keep in mind. It's the 23rd of November, so it's still a few days until payday. At the moment, it would be a bit more than 5,000. Yeah, come on. So we are fine. Get out. And let's get to sea. That nice cargo. Did this give us an auto save actually? Tobacco and go to the map. So this is usually persistent, which means that this Spanish ship is still around. Pirate. This is an Englishman, okay. So let's go for Capsterville. Sail to Capsterville. So French or French. This is a shipwreck. That's a beautiful ship. So I didn't show you this one, which I love a lot. You could really run around on deck of your ship then do something like that. That's a beautiful ship. I love these shipwrecks. And I think they're pretty fast sailors. French, actually. Isn't this great? Like that you could actually move around on deck. I love that. And let's moor. And fingers crossed that there were no severe changes in the market prices around here. Just have to find the trader. Time of the day. Yeah, it's 6 in the morning. Let's hope that they are already open. Who are you? That's the magazine. That's the trader. Hi, guy.
I've got the best products around.
I've got something to sell. What would you give me for the tobacco? 177. So I bought the tobacco for 123. So that's more than 50 pesos per. Nice. 54 pesos times 100 would be 5,000 pesos earned. Let's see. Yes, great. So I actually earned the 1 month's wages for my crew by that. Yeah, right. 100% agree. So this is some small development crews, some aficionados who do their project. And yeah, I would really like to advertise for that game and make it a little bit more popular. But the problem is that as there are so few people following that game on Twitch, it's probably not pretty well visible to anybody what I do here. But yeah, having something like 6 people watching the stream is already pretty good, I think. So sell the stuff. And here we are. 28,000 bucks. Nice to do business with you. Let's give you the safe. And there was this guy with the exclamation mark. Let's see if we find somebody who wants a passage. Although trading gives much better money now than giving people a
People
passage.
like me are what hold this town together.
Humana,
Remember?
yeah, well, they all want to go for Spanish colonies, but I can't do that. I don't know if there is any trick that you can bring passengers to enemy ports, but I've no idea. You could actually sneak into enemy ports from the hinterland, but how to deliver the passenger then? Okay, if there is nobody at home, you could also do a little bit of thievery. Aha. Ward Edderstone. What is this? So we have an item. Just increases all personal and ship skills by 2 points. And it looks like it does not wear off. Wow. Personal skills, ship. Wow, that's an amazing amulet. To have found it just by chance. That's a real Easter egg. So let's wear it. Ah, okay. No. Look, this one is wearing off if you put it on. But this one, this amulet doesn't wear off. So let's equip it. Nice. And what about our character now? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's great. Ward Adderstone. Let's see, this gives us 2 additional points in repair, so that should accelerate our repair speed a bit, I hope. Nice. Wow. So it's so worthwhile to do this looting. And I should really do it more systematically. Let's do that. Let's do a little bit of looting around here. Yeah, sometimes there are people in the houses, then you shouldn't do the looting or you would be interviewed by the guard. What's that noise? I can't open the chest, probably. I'm missing a proper skill. Interesting. Ah, you could just walk by here. A little fort. Maison du Charge. Please excuse my bad
Oh, if my husband
French.
saw us.
Yeah, but can't loot the places when there is people in. That one is closed. That's the one that we just checked, isn't it?
Oh, if my husband saw us.
Yes, better not. Ah, the harbor master. That's where I came from, right? That's the governor. Flint. I don't know if you could use flint for something. I think I never found out already earlier. Okay, nothing in the chest. What about this one? So nothing in there. And another one. A small pearl. Okay, better than nothing. Thank you, guys. Okay, the brother. Not needing that service at the moment. Close door. That's the prison. Did I check that one? Yes. Church. That's the trader. I have been there. Tavern, right? Could I get in here? Nope, obviously not. What is this? So let's go for the trader and see. That's the harbor master, right? Was it? Yes. So where did we find the trader? Maison de change. Tavern. Oh yeah, that was the trader. Now, question where to go next. For some good business. We are at Capsterville at the moment. Let's see what the trade book tells us about Capsterville. It sells food, bricks, clothes, sugar, gunpowder, medicine, wine, ale. Let's take a look at ale. If I buy ale here for 193, could I sell it somewhere decently? Here, I would just get the same money back if I would bring it to Bridgeton. Nope. So, no point in buying ale. What about wine? 369. Nope. So, medicine for 186. Now, I wouldn't get that money somewhere. So, what about gunpowder? I think I don't get the prices. St. John's. No, they have, don't know. St. Pierre. I could sell gunpowder there for 174. And I can buy the gunpowder. Yeah, okay, so it would still be a loss business. What else do we have here? Sugar for 173. Less there. $173. So this would earn us 7 pesos per unit. That's not really worthwhile. The risk and the trip, I would say. That was about sugar. And what about cloves for buying for 21? Nobody wants to buy cloves. What about bricks for 125? Who is in need of bricks? Nobody. So it pretty much looks like, yeah, what do we have? Food for 100. Who is in need for food? None of them. So there is no any goods here which are worthwhile trading. So let's go for the harbor master if he has a decent job for us. Who is this guy? And just some guy. Yeah, they already did a bit about the graphics, but it's, yeah, they are a small studio, a small crew, and I don't think that they will seriously crank up the graphics. They are on the mechanics, and yeah, I don't know, very soon they are releasing a 2.0 version of the game. And I don't quite know, I don't have the changelog in mind, but might be that then they would actually do something. Let's take a look at what the changelog tells us. I think I have it here. Patch 2.0. Yeah, it looks like they have been working on the graphics a bit. Yeah, what they say is that the update 2.0 will need a new save, so old saves will be lost. But yeah, it's a lot about the game mechanics. Further honing the game mechanics, I think. not so much about the graphics, I think. Yeah, it's more about the game mechanics. I hope that they don't make it worse, because I already loved the game mechanics a lot, and so I'm a bit afraid that they might
I'm all ears.
improve things in their eyes and maybe make them worse in my eyes. Any jobs? Hey, could I deliver mails? Sorry, he has no job for me. What about the governor? Maybe the governor has something to do for me. Yeah, let's give it a save, just in case.
Being a governor of this godforsaken colony is a hell of a job.
I want to work for France. I do everything in my power to fight lawlessness on the land entrusted to me. And I always have assignments for honorable captains like yourself. What kind of mission would you prefer to undertake? Like to focus on internal matters within the colony? Prefer to take part in operations conducted beyond your domain? I'm interested in high-risk assignments that could affect international relations and strengthen the position of France. My apologies. Okay, no. That all sounds a bit too warlike for me at the moment. Let's stay peaceful for now. I never actually checked the bank. By the way, yeah, I need a chest sooner or later to put my doublons in. Okay, new crafting recipes. Want to buy some golden doublons or chests for them? So that seems to be a good price for the pearl to get. That's why it's marked green, probably. Yep. Yeah, but maybe I better keep it. I have a lot of 85 golden doublons. Pieces of 8. I think they were mainly called in English, weren't they? According to the good old Treasure Island book of Robert Louis Stevenson, the Scotsman. So there is this parrot, right? Pirate with a parrot, and the parrot, he always says pieces of 8. And I think this is these gold doublons, if I remember right. Okay, but other business now. Now I got information about these chests. So recipes. Golden doublons are typically kept in chests worth 150 coins each. I don't have so many. Charged timer. Uncharged timer plus hourglass. What is a charged timer good for? Yeah, I don't have the doublons that I need. Don't quite. So maybe I first have to create an empty chest. Yeah, I don't have sufficient. What would that be good for? Do I have a chronometer? Nope. Allows you to determine the ship's longitude with minimal error of 30 days. Don't really know. Minimum error for 30 days. Ship's longitude. Don't quite know what that would mean, because on the map we are visible anyway. Okay, but still. Or maybe we would have our position then here on this map. Well, however, this guy seems to have no job for me, right?
You made the right choice in deciding to see me.
Just wanted to talk to you. Okay. Now, question is where to sail next. Where could we earn good money? So, sailing for Port Royal. Port Royal gives good price, good money for tobacco. That we know. Capstaville gives good money for tobacco. So where could I buy cheap tobacco? Where did I come from? St. John's, right? Gives us... Yeah, let's go back for St. John's and buy some more tobacco. That was good business. Capstaville, St. John's. If I am sailing tobacco from St. John's to Capstaville for a few times, I should earn quite a shitload of money. Only question is whether the game mechanics would even out the price difference after a few round trips. Okay, let's go. Okay, there are pirates abroad. There's an Englishman. Englishman shouldn't worry me. I think we are still at peace, but let me briefly check. France is only at war with the Spanish at the moment. Nope, I'm definitely not gonna join that battle. There we are. Let's moor.
Ensuring the safety of the town is a serious task.
Yeah, I understand. Few guys running around here, but probably they all want to go for Spanish ports. Ah, by the way, what time is it? It's, yeah, just after lunchtime, so... Did I check this place? For...
Not pull on my carbon. Get to the point, Cap.
Who are you? Hello? Somebody in? A machete. I already have one, but well, if we have two, we can sell one. Perfectly fine. Healing potion, a diamond, and a ruby. Beautiful. Large pearl, okay. A lot of stuff to steal here.
Oh, if my husband saw us.
Pretty large building. Yeah, you could actually steal stuff when they are turning around and not watching, but this is always a bit risky. Hello? Nobody at home? Nothing there. A healing potion, nice. By the way, how much stuff am I carrying at the moment? Oh, where do I see my carrying capacity? Oh, here, yeah. It's almost 80, yeah, but I'm only half full. I could still carry a lot of stuff. Nothing in there. Can't we get down here? Sometimes you can open that door and get downstairs. Okay, that door is closed. This one as well. Okay, here we would get out to the wilderness.
Any products for any taste.
You could even use the ingredient for the mirror for alchemy, but yeah, no point in carrying that around. It's all ingredients. Come on now. Silver nugget. The ruby and the diamond. Wow. Yeah, but let's keep them. Maybe we can impress a lady with that one. What is this? That's the harbor master, I think. Or is it the governor? Nah, it's the harbor master. Let's leave the harbor master alone. This is the governor, actually. Okay, nobody at home, so I help myself. harpoon, nice. Okay, I can't open it. So I need to get some better skills. With lockpicking. Yeah, governor. Let's leave the governor alone for now. Could I get into the bushes there? No. Closed. What is this? Ah, it's the church, right?
Land has become very valuable in our day and age.
All right. The shipyard. What is this? Okay.
I'm happy with everything here. How about you?
Yeah, he wants to go to Santiago. I can't bring you to Santiago, my dear friend. What about
Land
you?
has become very valuable in our
Saint
day
Pierre.
and age.
For 2,000 pesos. Yeah, easily earned money. 5 days. Yeah, come on. Now let's see. To Saint Pierre. Now we are in St. John's. What could we sell in Saint Pierre? They would buy wheat. In Saint Pierre? Yeah, it would be nice if I could also do some trading business on the way. In Saint Pierre, they would buy gunpowder for 174. So I'm gonna check that with the trader. And medicine, they would buy for 170. Bad business. Wine for 329. Also bad business. Rum for 113. Yeah, pretty bad business. Only about the gunpowder. Let's check what the gunpowder costs around here. So I could sell it for 174, obviously.
I've got the best products around.
Nope. Wouldn't be a good business. But, well, I mean, why not go in for Capsterville briefly? I mean, 5 days. That's easy. Let's load. What did we say? The tobacco, right? Get the tobacco now in St. John's for 119 and sell it in Capstonville. Yeah, even better price. Yeah. Get the tobacco. Maybe give it a save, front up.
My store is at your service.
So here the tobacco. Let's go for 150 tons, which would sell to 17,800 plus. Let's get the tobacco. I think with 5 days, the guy said he would like to be in Saint-Pierre in 5 days, so I think we could sail by Capstonville and still be in Saint-Pierre in 5 days, pretty sure. So what can we do? Here is the passenger, Mr. Claude King. Let's go straight for Capsterville. It's the November 25th. Good winds from astern. And moor. Time of the day, 6 o'clock in the morning, that's quite comfortable. And the bank, where did I find the trader around here? Lots of talkative guys actually. So this is the trader, is he? Yeah. So
My store is at your service.
now sell the tobacco for 175. Okay, the price dropped a bit, but it's still pretty good. Wow, see. What did we pay? It was something like 18,000. So that gave us 8,000 bucks of earnings. Beautiful. And by the way, let's check about hull status. Yeah, slowly improving still, although my repair skill is now pimped by 2, it's still pretty slow. But I should buy a bit more of sailcloth and planks. That's what they need to do the repairs, and it's slowly being used up.
My store is at your service.
Planks. And what about sailcloth? There we are. So, what would be the range now? Maybe I should buy some more sailcloth.
My store is at your service.
Alright, let's go like that. And now for Saint-Pierre. It would be more or less just south. Should I talk to these guys now?
Is there something you need? No? Then I'll be on my way.
Good morning, monsieur. Won't take up much of your time. I just want to ask. Won't you tell me the latest gossip in town? Always keep enough gunpowder and bullets at your disposal. You do not want to run out of ammo. Okay. Then tell me about... Has anything interesting happened here recently? Master your rapier. Okay.
Land has become very valuable in our day and age.
Any news? Trading can be a way of making a fortune, yes. Yet I suggest you hire a purser. Business is tricky. Without a fine purser, they will eat you and your coins. Okay, well, although I do have a bit of money by now, I'm afraid of hiring officers because they would boost my fixed costs. Yeah, we just need to stay away from that pirate. Maybe I would pass Guadeloupe eastward. Okay, that's a Dutchman. We are at peace with the Dutch. And there. This is Martinique and the port of Saint-Pierre. more. And this should give us the reward.
Land has become very valuable in our day and age.
Thank you very much. By the way, my honor increased, experience gained, experience gained. By the way, I just remember that when I played this game much earlier, there was just some mumbling, so there was no real text spoken. It was just some something like that. And that they changed quite a while ago, obviously. So here we are. Let's give it a save. That was successful. And what about our character, personal perk? You're still at 2. And at 6 for naval perk. Gaining experience generally here. And gaining some, what was it? Reputation, right? Time of the day, it's 3 in the morning. There was a guy walking around. Let's just have a little look around in Saint-Pierre. That's the brothel for sure. Oh, what do we have here? Maybe some Easter eggs to be found. A little hut. A chest with a harpoon and a ruby band. Nice. Yeah, these harpoons should be pretty heavy. Yeah, you can load a whole lot of stuff, obviously. Anything else to be found around here? What is this? Nope. That door is closed. No, I think the concept of torches is not in the game yet. The wolves are howling outside of the city wall. Hey, come on, this must be some Easter egg corner. But obviously not. Oh yeah, there we have an Easter egg. Let's see what it is. A new document. Left behind note. The secret of Saint-Pierre. My friend, I had to leave Saint-Pierre in a hurry. I can no longer be part of a game where there is no place for honor and a brother's life is treated like a currency. As long as there are those in the order who have sold their conscience, I refuse to serve it. Michael was arrested, Pietro was killed. He knew the risks, and before his final mission, he left us everything he had. I wanted to hand it over to you in person, but I couldn't. I've hidden several notes for you in places you know well. They contain clues, collect them, they lead you to where everything will be revealed. All the chests look the same, but only one holds what you truly need. Okay. Okay, what do we have here? Another note in the dog's hut. You might judge me for leaving, but I had no choice. I will stay true to my brothers and to the Lord until my last breath, but not to those who broke their oath for greed. And I will never risk Alicia's safety. It was worth losing everything to find the love of my life at the edge of the world. Look for the door you can see through. Aha, okay. Yeah, we have the whole night. Yeah, most of the doors are closed at night. Church. Okay, guy. Any news?
So, whose street is it today?
Maybe that was a bad idea. So could I really get that drunk guy home?
Pour it on! Have a seat, buddy.
Renaudet. Fulgence Renaudet. Come on, allow me that little bit of cheating. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT whether anybody knows what to do with that guy. Okay, I did a little ChatGPT check, and it looks like we have to bring that guy to the waterfront. Maybe he has to be reporting back with his ship.
Have a seat, buddy.
Okay, so let's just hope that this quest is not buggy. Come on, how do I get rid of that guy? I don't like that one by now. Or maybe go to the tavern with the guy.
So,
Help me out. Here you go. It's for you. Come on, never mind. Don't drink like that anymore. Okay, so he just wanted to be brought to the pub. Amulet Pilgrim. Wow. Got an amulet called Pilgrim. Nice. So these amulets used to be pretty helpful. What would that do? Changes the ship's heading angle by 50%, allowing you to sail closer to the wind. Okay, that's also interesting to keep in mind that I have that if things become critical. So, let's give it a save. Oh yeah, now let's... let's pick up the quest again. Where did we find that guy? That was around here. So there was some talk about a glass door. Does the governor's palace have a glass door? Nope. Oh, could even walk there. Interesting. So where do we have a glass door in this town? Oh, what do we have there? New document. Although I don't see any glass door. I was supposed to carry out the same mission as Pietro, but when I got home, they were waiting for me. 3 of them, mercenaries. We clashed and I was lucky to make it out alive. Before drawing their weapons, the mercenaries gave me a greeting from Levasseur. After Pietro's death and Michel's arrest, he must have guessed someone was hunting him. But he couldn't have known who they'd sent to take his head. Only the highest ranking officers and the commander knew the name, Traitors with the Brotherhood. Go down until there is not a single step left below you. So several hints. Don't know if I did loot this place here already. Might be. When I played that game a year ago, there was still the possibility, some probability that there was some kind of a trap with these chests when you open them. That you get some physical damage. Let's get down. A copper you are well.
Oh, if my husband saw us.
What is this? A church? Yes. No, prison. Okay. That's eerie. That's the Maltese order. Don't know if I'm supposed to be around here. So everything looks so nice, and these guys. Yeah, well, the rats running around. That's a weird bunch of guys, I would say. What are these guys up to? Wow. What's these eerie noises? That guy seems to be imprisoned. That's where I came from, right? That's really a weird place. Oh, I can even go upstairs here. Guys, you are a weird bunch of... You go upstairs, yes, but there is... Oh, you could open that door as well. We are after that secret of Saint-Pierre. There you can go down. This is probably getting down this ladder that we saw. I wonder how many of these notes I need to find.
People like me are what hold this town together.
Yeah, great. You're so important. Okay, what do we have here? Another note. So that's the fourth note. In Port Royal it was 4 notes to finalize the task there. When it was all over, I stepped outside. Valigny was waiting. His smirk said it all. He was the one who appointed the mercenaries to my house. No pious words of his will ever convince me otherwise. Your path leads to the place I left behind. To reach what's hidden, you'll need a key. Look for it, where each of us draws strength and inspiration. Turning to the creators, so that is probably the church, isn't it? I was first thinking of the well, but probably more something like the church. The well or the church? Let's first check the well. Where was the well? That's the church. Let's check it. Can we get in at night? Yeah, you can get into the church at day and nighttime. Oh God, if it's not the church. What else could it be? Oh, here we are. The key. Now let's check the documents again. All the chests look the same, but only one holds what you truly need. Look for the door you can see through. Yeah, of course, that could be a grating. Go down until there's not a single step left below you. Okay. Day is dawning. Oh yeah, there it was. Let's check for these guys again. So we have 4 nodes and the key. Just afraid to open some doors here.
Who are you? Where are you off to? Go ahead, don't delay.
Okay. It's so weird a place. Get further down. Chests look all the same. Hey. I don't think that it would be well received if I would open that door now. But let's see what's gonna happen.
Who are you?
Carry on, okay. So it seems to be perfectly fine. Wow. 2,000 pesos. A sword, trombone, heavy purse. Some ones left behind note, amulet, another amulet, gold crucifix. Get all the stuff. You know the truth about the conspiracy. You know about the mine on Saint Martin. Okay, I have to keep that in mind. On San Martin, there is a mine about the hunt for Heinrich. First, Michael was thrown into the dungeon without a trial. You know who gave the order. Then Pietro was killed. Now it's my turn. The lives of our brothers are nothing more than bargaining chips to these people. A way to cling to power and fix their own problems. The best of us are being killed or imprisoned. Thanks to a certain someone, the order will soon become a gang of mercenaries no better than Rodenburg's thugs. Soon I'll send a letter to the Grand Master. I'm sure he'll investigate and make the only right decision. I'm taking Alicia and heading to Port Royal. May the Lord watch over you. And if our paths ever cross again, I hope you'll still call me a friend. Yeah, let's keep in mind that we might like to go for San Martin and look for a mine there. So these guys still don't turn hostile. I was sure they would if I would start meddling around with the key. Short saber, the Stocko. Yeah, it's a light weapon. I'm not good with light weapons. I'm actually only good with medium weapons. Here. The harpoon. It's also a light weapon, okay. I've got 2 harpoons by now. I'm gonna sell one sooner or later. Now, what about potions? I have a lot of healing potions. What's the elixir? Okay, this would heal even better then. Bottle of rum. Restores health. And here, that answers your question. If you can get drunk, you can get intoxicated. Yep. Now, amulet. amulets. Reduces the damage to ship sails. Reduces damage from enemy cannons to your ship. And, well, there is this only amulet that I own, which has no, well, time of being used up. Very good. Giving me 2 additional skill points. That's really amazing. So what about the heavy purse? Treasure map. What if I equip the heavy curse? Cloth purse with a hefty pile of doublons inside. So equip it. What did we get? 25 doublons. Nice. $25 pieces of 8. So 110 doublons I'm owning by now. Very nice. And almost 40,000 pesos. I really wonder what these guys are about. Okay.
All questions go to the officer.
Let's get out of this eerie place. At least there is no stamina being used up when you don't sleep. Let's give the save and then talk to that guy.
The sea is my home, and that's all there is to it.
Nah, sorry sailor, but I don't have enough money to hire you and your friends. So, question now, what to do next? We are on Saint-Pierre. Shall we go to Saint-Martin? Check. Whether there is some secret with the mine. I actually wonder if this loot respawns over time. I mean, this random loot in the houses. Okay, hey guy, where are you? Still too early. 6 o'clock, 6:30. So they're not yet working. Still nighttime around here. What's up with you?
Nadar, come a little closer.
Give me some tobacco and a few silver coins, brave young man, and I will take a look of your fortune. Oh, fortune teller, come on, let's not do that. Let's check. We are at Saint-Pierre. If there is anything reasonable to load here and sell somewhere else. Saint-Pierre. Coffee for 124. Saint-Martin, so it's Philipsburg. We don't have any information about Philipsburg, probably. Ah, we have. So if we buy coffee here for 124 pesos, nope. Not a good business. These guys would buy wheat for 19. Philipsburg, what else would they buy? Weapons, medicine for 164. No. If we buy wine for 500. No, what about rum? We could get 59. No, that all doesn't work. Nothing is worthwhile to be carried to Philipsburg. But maybe just sail there and check. Yeah, rest for 1 hour. Okay, so now the shop is open.
You'll find everything you need here.
Well, what I would need is some paper. Here I have 2 harpoons. Let's sell one of them. And I have 2 machetes. Let's also sell one of them. Now gunpowder. Always good to have gunpowder. Let's also get some grape shot. And lead balls. That's it. Mirror. Yeah, come on, let's sell one of them. Copper euro. need one of these paper clips. Whetstone. I really wonder if the whetstone is good for anything. Tool. So let's buy whetstone. Healing potion, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's always worth the money. Ginger root is also, I think, good to have. Healing potion recipe. Recipe for the potion of oblivion. That's a bit of money, but I think I want to have that recipe.
Stop on by. Best products in the colony.
Gun paper, very good. Bosun's pipe, nail. Alright. Now let's give it a save. And check what it is about that recipe. Probably I have to read that item. Supplement. Healing potion recipe. How to equip it? So now I guess that I do have it amongst the recipes. Paper cartridge. So that seems to be buggy. That seems to be buggy. I don't get it. Okay, nice. I've got 2 bottles of rum, so let's have them. I've got 2 ginger roots. And I do have the mortar and pestle. Nice, so I can craft 2 healing potions. Also crafting paper cartridges. Alright, I do have a few paper cartridges by now. Although at the moment I don't have the proper gun to load them with. I only have that trombone gun. there was a guy with an exclamation mark on him. No, obviously not. I think we can be on our way. By the way, let's briefly check. Hull status. Yeah, that takes ages to be repaired. Looks like repairing the sails somehow works a bit faster. That's our ship out there. By the way, what's the name of our ship? The Quicksilver. Yes. Doesn't sound quite French, but maybe I would feel better if I had a bit more gunshots with me. Ah, come on, let's go. That's a cutter, I think. This one outside there. Quite like that. Break. Yeah, let's get to our ship.
Rest in behind. Tell that to the captain when he shoots you, Ollie. Keep trying that again.
Yeah, the brake is just casting off.
Old as the devil's arse.
That's a slope, okay. That's a brake.
1 more hour and we're off. 1 hour? Can't feel me bloody fingers already. Aye, but you're breathing, not feeding the gun. Hold fast, sailor.
That's a schooner, yeah. Oh, there were more ships in the offing. Well, here we are. Let's get going. And yeah, we want to go to Philipsburg on Saint-Martin because we had that hint that there might be something interesting, and that would mean we would, yeah, let's pass south of Guadeloupe for now. There is a pirate again on our tail. Yeah, to engage a pirate, one should have a bit more gun rounds. Dominica. So I could even go north here and pass by Antigua. Okay, again, experience gained in sailing. Oh shit. That I wanted to avoid. Getting into storms with this little vessel is deadly, particularly in the bad condition that our ship actually is. Yeah, you should never get into the center of these clouds. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I thought there were grayer clouds, but obviously the thick white clouds are deadly enough. let's not get into that storm. Yeah, we are a little bit more close-hauled than is good for sailing fast, but I want to pass by Antigua. The crew demands the monthly wage, yes. They will get it. Welcome to the story system. This is an interactive narrative where your actions and preparation influence a small story. First, you are presented with a situation. This text is already on the screen. Based on the situation you get, you can take certain actions. Action in the stories are divided into reactions and decisions. Okay. A new calendar year is drawing near. The season of Crown is a time of renewal and rebirth. The northeast wind grow predictable, making the Atlantic Ocean far safer for long crossings. It is at this time that people and goods from Europe arrive in the archipelago. Governors receive fresh orders and reports, while patrols and crown caravans bustle across the sea. Last season wrung the colonies dry. Stockpiles are exhausted, and the plantations were nearly destroyed by foul weather. The last remnants of colonial goods were long ago shipped off to the capital colonies, and there is almost nothing left on the markets to buy or sell. Merchants have driven prices sky high and are waiting for the season of Cain. That is when balance will return. Bit weird about these seasons. But there is good news as well. To restore the fighting strength of the national fleets, Europe has sent especially large shipments of material this year. Expert shipbuilders have arrived with the first Crown canvas as well. The nations are preparing for a great war, but for a free captain this will mean a substantial drop in repair costs. With the whatsoever of officials in the port, a new round of inspections begins. Ships' logs are checked more carefully than usual. Crews are counted again, and licenses need renewing. Strangers quickly draw unwanted attention, and it becomes harder to remain unnoticed in harbor. Reactions, okay, for I don't know why, but obviously I can't. Okay, I don't have the required peak for one of these reactions. Okay. Sea of opportunities. So the season effort recruits plus 50%, European good prices minus 40%, European good stocks plus 75%, colonial good prices plus 190%. So colonial goods will be more expensive. Shipyard repair cost minus 45%. And chances to infiltrate a city minus 15%. Okay, that's it. You enter the new year beneath clear skies and with fair winds. in your sales. The season of Crown brings fresh orders, new faces, and full warehouses. Everything begins anew, and everyone has a chance to make history. Okay, 1st of December is the new year. Well, let's give it a save. We couldn't do any decision. Because we didn't have the necessary skills. Yeah, let's go for Philipsburg. I actually tuned down the speed of the map. Speed on the map. To be honest, I have that feeling that the speed on the map is actually not affected by the direction of the wind. This is something I would like to check. Yeah, get to port. And more. Allow me to briefly check that in the internet. I would like to know whether it is actually like that, the direction of the wind only affects you on the tactical map and not on the world map, maybe. That's my impression. Okay, one question in the game that we are talking about here, Caribbean Legends. There is this wonderful model of the point of sailing. So each type of ship has its different good and bad directions of the wind, where it is fastest or slowest. And this effect is beautifully modeled in the tactical view, like when you are in a naval combat. But on the world map, my impression is that it does just not change anything. Could you confirm that your speed on the world map is independent of the direction of the wind? Okay, so I'll be back in a minute. Let's see what ChatGPT tells us about that.
Come on, don't irritate me.
Sorry guys, I had turned off the sound, forgot about that. So now I just want to check once if I understand the head-up display. that's the time passing by. So probably that's the wind speed down there. Yeah, I don't know. This top left, head-up display, no, it's not really intuitive. Yeah, load that game and get back to the port. By the way, what places are there to sail to? Simmons Bay, Grand Case Beach, Port of Phillipsburg, and the different... Well, let's first go to the Port of Phillipsburg. Yeah, there was one note that we found which told us... Let's moor. That there is something interesting in a mine around here.
Ensuring the safety of the town is a serious task.
Yes, of course. So I have a little walk around. Take a look. Hello, somebody here? Obviously not, so I assume that I can help myself. Okay. The church, all right. Haven Cantor, all right. That's the governor. Okay. The other entry to the governor's office. Yeah, that's a Dutch town.
Pirates are wreaking havoc. Products are getting more and more expensive, and it's only going to get...
Hurry, hurry! Only today you can get 2 products for the price of 1.
Yeah, get me some gunpowder. And grape shot. And lead balls. And a common pistol. No, I'm not. Don't want to pay for it. I'm pretty sure that I will be able to find such a pistol as loot. I think the cutlass is one of the best medium weapons. 22 to 45 hit points. Let's see what our weapon that we are wielding at the moment. Yeah. That short saber, the cutlass, is the better one. The cutlass actually, yeah, in German it's Entermesser. This kind of special long
You'll
knife,
find
short
everything you
saber.
need here.
Would I pay for it? I already bought that recipe, so maybe better save some money. Okay, interesting. All these doors are actually closed.
Stop on by. Best products in the colony. Stop on by. Best products in the colony.
Yeah, what I would buy would be a few more pieces of paper.
Any products for any taste.
If they don't have them. The tavern, that's the trader. No. Not paying you $1,000 just for something. I don't know if it is of any wealth.
Nadar, come a little closer.
Well, I really wonder whether I maybe should go out of town and check if I find something interesting there.
I'm happy with everything here. How about you?
Colony of Belize. I'm pretty sure that this one is Spanish, isn't it? But let's check that on my offline map. Belize. Where is it? Oh, yeah. Well, hey. According to my map here, it's an English port. Let's give it a try then. Let's give it a try. This is quite some amount of money, and we would be heading to a different part of the world. But do I really want to go that far? Yeah, let's go for that adventure. Maybe we could get good cargo on the way back. 19 days, so we should be there on December 21st latest. Let's give it a save. That's now the first time. I mean, I've been playing the game for a while. Quite some time ago, but this time, this is now the first time that I venture out. Oh, guys, what do you want from me? What brings you here, brave paleface? Greetings, son of the jungle. I'm here on business and I don't fight against Indians. We are peaceful people. We are not enemies with white men. Go, but careful on our land. Okay, good. So this is a labyrinth usually. So I use this trick, always go left to not get lost. And if I want to find my way back, I always go right. Okay, guy, who are you?
Who are you? Where are you off to? Go ahead, don't delay.
Hi, wanderer, say, aren't you the one we've been hunting for 3 days? Ha, shouldn't I've seen your face? It's so damn dull out here in these jungles, I can hardly bear it. Hot as blazes. The uniform pinches, not a living soul around, so I figured I would have a little fun. Seeing a live human being feels like a miracle by now. And I daren't ever dream of a cup of decent liquor, so then, what did you want? Well, you'll have to find a cup for yourself, but I can share some good wine here. And don't look at me like that. I don't mind. You're doing important work. Okay, amazing. Good luck that I do have the wine with me. Go for it. Well, now, is it some kind of holiday today, or am I seeing things from the heat? Fine wine, thank you. One can tell at once you know how to treat folk proper. I spotted that kind heart of yours from 50 feet away. I'll tell everyone what a splendid person you are. Oh, I've no doubt, soldiers are simple folk. Treat them one way, and they'll well answer in kind. Ah, blast, I have muddled it. Anyway, all the best, farewell. Okay. So what was this about? Maybe he would have started a fight with me if I wouldn't, by chance, have had a wine. Let's give it a save. Let's give it a new save. What if I talk to the guy once more?
Pour it on!
Okay. So...
Look here.
Greetings, son of the jungle. I'm glad to meet you, but I must continue my journey. Yes, I've heard that you sell interesting things. Do you have anything for sale? Okay. Ritual doll. What would it do? Increase headshot damage. What about that beetle? I think I'm not gonna need this stuff. And there he vanishes. Okay, the guy's gone, obviously. Let's have one round walk across the island. Yeah, but I remember that there could be pretty evil things happen. Crap. So, any hidden secret? Obviously not. Oh, there is guys over there. Indians, if I may call them like that. Proper term would be... Indians approve, very good. Ah, by the way, does this influence my relationship to them somehow? You really easily get lost in the jungles. Yeah, I'm more the trader guy. The problem is that I'm pretty bad in sword fighting. And so I'm pretty afraid that I run into some evil Knievels here who might want to rob me. Pretty good that the Indians are nice guys. Hold on, Captain, please. What happened? Rapists are chasing me. Would you defend a lady's honor? What happened here?
Well, looky here. All right, empty your pocket.
I've seen more threatening people. Okay. Fighting against these two guys. How do I...
Rest in peace.
Shit. What if I continue the game? What's my last save? This one. Yeah, they got me cornered actually already at the edge of that little map. That was the problem. I wonder if it's persistent, if the guys are there by now. How do I use healing potions? That's what I wanted to do. What about the controls in fights? Fire and shoot. How do I actually use health potion? It's X. But it somehow didn't work. Okay, why can't I? So, what about you guys? Would a noble miss to listen to the humble request of these unworthy men? What do you need, Captain? Could you be so kind as to take our humble company to the lighthouse of Cartagena? Ah, come on. Fuck. Come on. Okay, a mysterious cave. A lot of possibilities to get lost. A chest with nothing in. Come on. No chance. No chance of winning that. Interesting. Now I end up here. This is where I did meet this guy. Okay, another beach. Or is it the one where I already had been? Probably it is. Grand Case Beach. Now, let's get back. Let's get back to town. My sword fighting skills are just too bad, but well, actually fighting 3 guys at the same time, who would actually be able to do that? There we are. Talk to them guys. No. Let's give it another save and check that other way. Probably this will lead us to the battlements. I don't know if it's worth a while. Can we actually go there and like meet people? I think not. At least in the past that was not possible. But I haven't been playing the game for a year or something at least. Oh yeah, also the graphics is so basic. I still love the atmosphere of the game.
It's our responsibility to be on guard.
Yeah, that's very good. So do your job. Can I get in here? Ah, that's new. I think this you couldn't do in the past. To enter this. So I'm a bit surprised that they let me in here. But that's beautiful. Don't fall down there. That will probably be the end of the game, I guess. Okay. Nothing to discover, but still a nice feature. Ah. An Easter egg. Nice. Bottle of rum and a healing potion. Yeah, a lot of walking if you leave these towns to the hinterland. Yeah, come on, let's get back to the town. Maybe there is no secret hidden there. Yeah, there is probably a secret hidden in these caves, but I don't want to fight these Indians.
It's our responsibility to be on guard.
Yeah, that's very good.
Halt, sinner, and think about your miserable soul.
And now being here, let's check the trader. By the way, did I take that job? I did, right? So that guy wants to be carried to Belize.
My store is at your service.
So I'm here in Philipsburg. I could go via Port Royal, for example. Let's see. Here being in Philipsburg. Rum for 292 to Port Royal and sell it. Wow. So rum is incredibly expensive here, obviously. So what do we have? Cotton for 195. Sell it for 90. Ah, come on. Sugar for 390. So all the goods here seem to be incredibly expensive. Tobacco for 390. Fruits for 16. Or bricks for 99. Yeah, okay, so there is no stuff that would be worthwhile to pick up here. But I could go to Capsterville. Well, what about Basse-Terre? I think the information I have from Basse-Terre is pretty old. I haven't been there for a while, but if I go to St. John's and buy some stuff there and take it to Port Royal. Like tobacco for 119 and sell it at Port Royal for, yeah, good plan. Or what would it be in Capsterville? Nah. Come on, let's get straight for Belize. So there should be that guy on board. Passengers. Hubertus Breurs. Yeah. If I go for Capsterville and then only straight west. That's a long turn that we are gonna have now. Let's, come on, sail north of San Juan. Don't want to get into these clouds. having a fair wind from above. Port-au-Prince, yeah. Maybe I should go there on the way back. Spaniard, let's hope that he's not going after us. Still, France is at war with the Spanish. Cayman. The Cayman Islands. Yeah. Weren't they famous for that? Yeah, a lot of people had a company there. Like saving taxes, things like that. Yeah, we are pretty close hauled by now. That makes us slow. And the wind is pretty low as well. So we have to get a little bit south. Yeah, we should already see Belize by now, I hope. There it is. Quite some travel, but it took us only something like 5 or 6 days now. So here we are.
Wouldn't let the devil rest.
And more. There comes the guy giving us the reward for bringing him all the way to here. Good luck, Minier. Experience gained.
Come on, don't irritate me.
And honor gained. Well, give it a save. Better safe than sorry. Getting some experience. Now we are at 20 out of 45 before we get to the next overall level. And we are still an unknown but honest captain. I don't know, I guess that this here is the honesty bar and that this is the renown bar. That would make sense. Yeah, the ship gets slowly repaired. It's still quite damaged from an encounter that I had with a Spanish lugger. And as I said, I'm just saving the money. It costs such an amount of money to let your ship being repaired at the shipyard. So at the moment I'm still sailing with a damaged hull and damaged rigging. Morale of the crew is heroic. Experienced our sea dogs, so very good. Situation with the crew. So my naval experience is increasing. Personal experience, not so much. And now first thing would be to go for the trader. Which is maybe that guy.
Whether you a peasant, an artisan, or a nobleman, anyone can find a product that suits their taste.
Okay, so now we should have Belize also in our trade book. There it is. So now I'm curious if there is stuff that we could buy here. Buy here cheap and sell somewhere else expensive. Like coffee. Buying coffee for 376. That seems to be very expensive. Food for 73. What about planks for 46? What else would we sell? Mahogany, okay, for 750. And where could we sell it? Wow, such a bad price we get there. Wow, pretty bad prices. Copra for 376. The prices here are unbelievably bad. What about ale for 79? We would get a good price for ale in Port Royal. In Bridgetown, even more. So buy the ale for 79 and sell it at Bridgetown for 180. Wow. That's more than double. That's a good business. Let's keep that in mind. The ale, but let's first have a look around the town. If there is some hidden secrets or something around here, and then go back to the trader. What do we get here? Nothing of much use. Okay, nobody around here. Let's check briefly if I could help them to get rid of old stuff. Excellent wine, ginger root, mirror, all right. Get that stuff. One lead ball, okay. And on we go. That's not good. Oh shit. That's the very first time that this happened, that the game actually stalled. Now let's restart it and hope that something like that doesn't happen regularly. So this cloud status gets uploaded. And there we go. Was there an update or something? I don't know. Let's play. Fingers crossed that this was just one extraordinary event. When did we do the last save? Probably when we entered the port before we went to the trader, right? Load this one here. Yeah, okay, that was before we visited the trader. Because we...
Whether you a peasant, an artisan, or a nobleman, anyone can find a product that suits their taste.
Look at the time. So that was 4 hours of gameplay. Let's give it a save here now. Well, as a reminder. So guys, it's a pity because just right now a few more people went into the stream. But yeah, I have to do some other things. I'm gonna come back probably later for a little late night stream. But for now, I'll call it a day and thanks for joining. Yeah, alright guys, thanks for joining. Recoil, if you are still there, it was great that you dropped it. And Sitting Duck, same for you. It was a pleasure to have you. Yeah, a few aficionados for these kind of games, I would say. So that was great to have you and see your comments being, yeah, reassuring me, in my opinion, of that great game. Nico, not quite sure if you're still there. If you are, it's of course also, like always, was a pleasure to have you. And yeah, so see you maybe in the evening. Bye bye.